We started this journey about 2:15 today, and 8 hours later we've been through 2 balls, 2 battles, and endless broken hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, can I thank you first of all for being here today to share a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see a staging of War and Peace. Go home and read it now. Everybody's heard of it. Today you've witnessed it. Can I thank you, and mostly can I thank them for their stamina and discipline for an 8-hour show. It really does take a great deal of something to be able to get to that point. And no energy lost right the way through to that last moment. It's really quite commendable. Very shortly we'll be asking them to come up and receive their well-earned diplomas. And before we do that, in our time-honoured tradition, I'd like to welcome a guest who's going to be presenting those to them today. A man who I met myself nearly 25 years ago. He wasn't much older than some of this lot back there. He was a 17-year-old who had an ambition to act, or so he thought. 25 years later, near on, he had an illustrious career as an actor in television, film, theatre. He's performed at some of the most memorable stages and companies in Britain, never mind across Europe. Tonight, he shares this moment with them to honour their work over the last 2 years. He's also been with us all week because he's been directing the other graduation show that's been going on simultaneously with this one in the studio, Our Country's Good, and a salute to all those students who finished their performance this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you to give a warm round of applause to a very dear colleague and a very noble professional, Pal Aaron.
Thank you very much. You know, I've been asked to say a few words, but I'm going to keep it really short, because you really don't want to be sitting down for another 7 hours. I could go on, but I won't, out of kindness. You know, the Birmingham Theatre School has really only ever been about one thing, and that is providing opportunities. The graduating students that you have seen perform today have had the golden opportunity to learn about their craft through getting on their feet and doing it, rather than sitting around talking about it. The posh term for that is production-based training, but it means the same thing. Some of you will have seen ex-students from the school without realizing that they were ever students here. Anybody who has seen the award-winning children's show Brum about the heroic vintage car will have seen an ex-student from this school. Anybody who saw the multi-million-dollar Emmy Award-winning American series The House of Saddam will have seen an ex-student in a major part in that. Closer to home, anybody who went to the Birmingham Rep to see a new play called These Four Streets will have seen an ex-student in a principal part in that. The BBC religious epic Messiah, about the life of Jesus Christ, no less. The part of Jesus was played by an ex-student. That must look quite good on his CV. Wonder if it helps him get other parts, probably. But we're not here to celebrate those past successes. We are here this evening to celebrate the graduates of 2009 for 2 reasons. The first reason, and this has got to be worth celebrating, that they have actually managed to successfully put on this epic War and Peace. And this week has been pretty intensive, right? Yeah, for those students who are involved in it, it's that. But what a successful production and a mammoth performance today. And the second reason to celebrate is because, you know, they have completed a course that is incredibly demanding, incredibly rigorous, and ultimately incredibly fulfilling. And they won't really, truly realize what they have achieved until maybe a year from now. Which sounds crazy, but I've been through it myself, and it takes about a year for it to sink in, and for you to truly get the benefits of what you've just been through. So we are here to celebrate, and join us once again in congratulating them. The 2009 graduates of the Birmingham Theatre School. Thank you.
Let's start with Linda Allenby. Himself, Tom Putterfoot. Finally, 3 awards to give out. First one, which has now got so many names on it that there's literally no room left. I think it's on its 19th. The Gordon Price Memorial Shield, which Man in the Flies was the first recipient of, goes back longer than I can remember, nearly 20 years, is James Hale. Student of 2009. Thank you. Business end of the evening. The Sir Barry Jackson Award for top high national diploma student this year goes to Claire Sullivan. Which is probably the most coveted of all. It's been awarded for more than 70 years. I received this about 20 years ago, not as a receiver of it, but just as the responsibility of passing it on to the next generation. And it has faithfully returned every single year for decades to be handed on to the next person, which is the top acting student of 2009. This individual took us on a journey today. Over 8 hours from start to finish. She mesmerized us. She was delightful at times. At other times, she was a real heartbreaker. But I think there are a few who would doubt the top acting student of 2009 is, for the first time in my time at the school, which is nearly 20 years, being awarded to the same student, Claire Sullivan. Can I thank you once again. It only leaves me to wish all of you finishing today the very, very best. It's an exciting world out there, waiting for you about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to start thinking about. We've thoroughly enjoyed your stay with us over the last 2 years, and this week has been, as I said to you earlier today, it's been a ball, hasn't it? And you don't often get a chance to sit in the driving seat of such an epic production. Can I thank you? Can I thank the company behind you who've been so supportive over the last 7 days, and everybody together producing what has been really quite a memorable week. That's 2009 over with. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.